There we go. We just went live, and this is the second quarterfinal race on this night's TRL Team Racing League. So thanks for joining us. Arthur should be with us shortly. We went to go get, I think, a bottle of water, probably just a bottle of gin. And, well, we wanted to thank the race committee, all the racers who came out tonight, and let's see what this event's going to bring us. Hey, bro, how's it going?
I got my bottle of gin. All good.
True pirates only drink gin and rum. You know, it looks like water. It's transparent in your water bottle, but we all know what's going on.
Yeah, potatoes under the liquid form.
All right, so you were watching the first race. Tell us what we just jumped into.
Right, so tonight's TRL pop-up event organized by Arthur Farley. We've only had one race until now. There are 6 teams in this competition, this event, and for the first race, very aggressive moves from several teams. We see it's always great to see they're playing at their best and not letting anything pass, playing any penalty they can. And we saw the first defeat, which happened on the second downwind leg, passing the second upwind leg mark. Very aggressive play, which completely changed the scoreboard and put the team SPA FRA, Spain, France, to the last position. So they have the first out of this evening or day.
All right, so Team France Spain, FRA SPA, will be already trying to save themselves because it is a fleet last is out event. So whoever places last makes their team pick up an elimination point. And after 2 elimination points, you're out. So we will be moving normally shortly on to the semifinals. These are still the quarterfinals, and we've got 6 teams participating tonight. We can give you the name of those teams right now.
We can. You want the teams, all right. We have a few teams that we've already seen previously. I'm thinking in particular of Sci1 or Scion, with Nuno Neves, Andre Teixeira, Thiago Santos, and Alexander Madruga, and Toe Nelson. I think Toe Nelson will not be here tonight, or so it seems. Then we have Team Virtual Intercourse, VRI, with Arthur Farley and Roxy Johnny, and Team Carpentier, Pepito. Very solid team there. 3 Spanish teams or so, with the 541 Top Sailors crew in Team Spain 2. And Team 1 Spain is going to be Joan Cardona, C. Paparo, C. Parejo, and Alfonso Fernandez Perez. Then the Spain-France team, Paco Bien, Nauze Costa, French VR, and Puro 610. And Team Portugal with Martin Fernandez, Lord Bairi, Alfonso, and Slide Coach Croatia. So very diverse team there as well.
I do believe it's pronounced Stipe. Stipe Coach. We have also tonight, the boat we're watching right now that's in 12th position is Cruzoleto, Miguel Cruz out of Spain, who is a very, very well-known e-sailer. Good to see him participating on an e-sailing event, a team race league event tonight. Participates in a lot of e-sailing events, but we're interested to see what he's going to do tonight. Right now, he's 18th. He is in last position, and he might have to pick up a point for his team. Pick up an elimination point, not a winning point.
Exactly. So the first downwind leg here. A little bit of virtual intercourse at the back of the fleet there. Will they be protecting their teammate, and will he be able to catch up?
Yep, that's Roxy Joni from Virtual Intercourse right now, who's catching up. He's speeding up on the left side mark. Probably is going to be enough to keep bugging Cruiselator, and he's going to cross above him right now on a starboard tack, forces Cruiselator to tack over, and he's probably going to be able to keep up in 17th position. Now we're going to have to see how Cruiselator's teammates are able to help him out here. It's probably going to come down to pink team versus blue team.
Surely. I heard a really good one the other day from Alexander Wilkinson on eSailing TV. So it was the upwind leg on one of the World Sailing events, and I loved his phrasing of the aggressiveness of the player. But he said the reason why so many penalties are dead is because of the good experience of sailing, the enthusiasm, the excitement, and really that's the reason. It's because they're too enthusiastic that they all get those penalties on the first mark, on the first open leg. It's just I can just sneak and dodge in between that boat, and it doesn't work every single time. We hope to see a little bit of that enthusiasm tonight.
Yeah, definitely looking out for what's going on right now with Virtual Intercourse. Roxy Joni's a very, very good e-sailer, so I'm not doubting his position. I'm just wondering what his team is up to, how they're going to try to save him right now. I think we should start looking up at the first mark to see what's going to happen here and who's going to block who. Who gets to the mark first and is going to be able to help out their teammate.
I've seen Pepito trying to push the yellow boat and giving an advantage to Roxy Joni to catch up.
Yeah, unfortunately here, Roxy Joni is still in 18th position for him. He's going to have to, I think he's making a quick move over on Paco.
Look at all those flashing boats and penalties. Like
yeah, Pepito is now
enthusiasm.
blocking. All right, Pepito's blocking Cruz, and it seems to not be working. But it's enough for Roxy Joni to get ahead. Will Pepito now manage to catch up? That's the problem, is that he blocked a little bit too long. Pepito from the MCS team, we know, is a great e-sailer as well. He definitely knows this format very well, but now he's going to have to defend against the rest of the fleet. It looks like he's in a good place, but everything can happen on this last downwind leg of last is out. We know fleet racing is really a whole different beast. Trying to understand who's going to and come in last is really hard. It's anyone's game.
Yeah.
Right now, Miguel Cruz is last, just picking up a penalty here.
Farley got attack. Oh, perfect. Should still be ahead of the other blue and yellow boats from LDLN and 541 top. We're currently battling for last place. Will 541 top be able to come back and not getting out? Let us know your favorite teams in the chat. Shout out to your favorite e-sailers. We want to know. If you're streaming with us or following our stream, let us know who your favorite boats are. What your favorite boat color is.
I'm partial to blue. I think blue is doing good. Blue is coming back, but unfortunately, Juan Parejo picked up a penalty. And now it's really close, coming down between Juan Parejo and Nauzet from the LDLN team. I think Parejo managed to come in. I'm not sure. Let's check the scoreboard right now. Yes, it is yellow from Nauzet from this France-Spain team. So they've just picked up 2 losses. If I'm correct. Sorry for those sound effects as usual.
That means we have our first out team.
I believe that is the case. So we are going to come down to 5 teams. We'll figure this out while we are watching. And well, let's take a look at what's going on over on Twitter right now. There's a lot of news in the e-sailing world. And we want to say hi to everybody who's joining us tonight. See that there's more and more people coming in on the stream tonight. So thanks for joining us. Don't hesitate to subscribe. It really helps out the channel. But especially don't hesitate to let us know, who you're supporting, who you're watching tonight, and what kind of content you want to see on the channel. All right. Let's see right now what's going on this platform. I heard there was something coming up this weekend over on Virtual Regatta, so I wanted to let people know there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a bunch of Nations Cup events that have been taking place. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And there's going to be the eSail GP Invitational.
Exactly.
Exactly, yeah.
That's like still a possibility for any sailor in the world to qualify for a major event that is probably the last of the season. I'm not going to be too sure about that, but it is a great opportunity if you guys want to just hop in and give it your all to race with the top.
Now, I may be giving this up a little bit early, but I think Deja Vu is going to win. I'm sorry. My bet is on Deja Vu. We all know he's fantastic on the F50. But yeah, a lot of people will be able to win this really cool package, which looks like a t-shirt, a hat, and a thermos that they just slapped a Sail GP vectorized graphic on, but that looks pretty good.
Damn good. I would love having that.
If the printing is actually that good in real life, when you receive the gift, let us know. Post it on Instagram and tag us. But yeah, there's going to be this going on. I guess Virtual Regatta has been telling us about it as well over on the news channel. So we'll see this really quick. You let me know when the next race starts over on the TRL Team Elimination race.
Yeah, they've just posted the results of the last race, and very, very good fair play from the Spain-France team, who are shaking hands with the other sailors and wishing them luck for the rest of the event. So moving on to the third race very soon.
It's really good to see players actually, losing with grace and applauding each other's performances. I think they're all really good at this level. So obviously it hurts to get eliminated really quickly in the event, but yeah, it's also a good show to come up, bring a new team into the event. We're happy to see them again. Hopefully Spain and France will be racing again, and I have no fears for Nautzet and the other players of that team. We'll see them soon.
And even taking the effort to write in the other's language. You got a Belgian player speaking in Spanish, so it's great
cool.
to learn. Did you learn some words of Japanese with your stream lately?
I had to work on my hello, thank you, but I didn't learn much. I have to say that stream that we did a couple of weeks ago with the Japanese eSailing Cup and their Japanese eSailing Federation was a lot of fun. And it was great to have Gaki, who was our co-host, actually doing the comments in Japanese while I was commenting in English. But I have to say I didn't have time to learn. It was all going by really fast, so... next time I'll try to work on trying to understand what's going on over on that event. For
Definitely.
now, I'm already trying to follow what's going on this TRL
Race
event.
is up.
All right, this is the third race of the evening. We're still in the quarterfinals. And yeah, this event is part of the Team Race League pop-up series, which are random events that you can also join if you want to get in on the team racing events. Just to give you a quick recap on the format, if you're not familiar with team racing, tonight it's not about finishing first, it's about not finishing last. So yeah, what that means is that whoever finishes last makes their team lose one race, which comes back to taking on a point. Once your team has 2 points or has lost 2 races, then they're out. There are only 6 teams tonight. One has already been eliminated, and another 5 will be fighting it out. None of them have a loss, so we're gonna have to see if there's a clear domination on behalf of 4 teams, or if it's going to play out for another couple of games, a couple more races. Here's the start. We're gonna get into this aerial view, see who gets the best start. Vic Farley got a nice start over here on the left.
Pretty evenly spread out on the start line there. And some are already going to get the right-hand wind, which seems a little darker. I can understand why they'd be looking for that.
Yeah, we can see there's a wind shift over on the right side. A little bit more pressure coming in, and probably a little bit of a shift, so we'll see what the fleet does. Stipe coach now a little bit too far off on the left, while Pepito takes the lead.
Once again, that's it's not the point of ending first. So, I mean, anything can happen on the upwind legs. So.
Yeah, but J70s. So we're racing in J70s tonight, and those boats are really, really good upwind. You can take a definite advantage over your adversaries.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not about who's coming in first and who's getting a best start. It is about we're going to see who's last. You going to listen to some music, Arthur?
Oh, yeah, funk that up.
You want to listen to a little bit of funk music? Let's try to watch what Juan Cardona's going to do. He's actually last right now.
Sailor shanties could be really cool, too. I mean,
I don't know if I have sailor shanties I can play with license-free apps. But let's see if we've got a little bit of funk.
And funk is international. Music is international. Anyways, just like this event, as we see, we have players from literally 3 continents. England is not a continent.
So right now, Juan Cardona, currently last, is from Spain. We know Juan very well. I'm actually, think this is the first time I've seen him with the LDLN team on his gamer tag.
Was he already a member, or is that
well,
something?
He's probably been playing with them a lot. Roxy Joni right now with the Virtual Intercourse team is fighting off 2 green boats. And these are the 541 top sail coach team in green right now, even though there's one Parejo brother in this team and there's another Parejo brother in the blue team.
Lower the music by half. We can hardly hear us. I was checking out.
I'm sorry, I put this on, but this is actually this kind of actually sucks. Yeah, that was.
Put some synthwave. Synthwave is pretty good. It keeps in with the energy and the calmness of the boats. Oh, I heard another good one the other day about good vibes, and somebody was talking about sailing, saying that motorboats is all about power and how much power you can put from getting from point A to point B. Whereas the experience of sailing, well, you're already there. If you're sailing, you already have the experience, and that's what's really nice about it.
That's a good one. Definitely, once that boat hits the water, once you're out of the harbor, it's already an experience. If you've never been sailing before, definitely get a chance to do it. Sailors are usually always looking for new crew members, people to fill out the crew and weigh the boat down a little bit. And even though tonight 2 crews had to drop out of this event, they went out for a good reason. They had to drop out for a good reason. They dropped out to go sailing. So, in a sense, we're not too angry after them. All right, so it's no longer C. Parejo who is last. It is J. Parejo, his brother, over on the other top sail coach team that has unfortunately taken the wrong side. He went to go get some wind over on the right side of the course, but hasn't paid off for him. He has to catch up now. And we'll see if he manages to come back over his brother or someone else. All he needs to do is not finish last, and make sure
Very aggressive move.
none of his other teammates finish last.
Have you seen C. Parejo, as you were speaking, try to inflict a penalty to Farley? Did not manage as such. Then Joan from LDLN, a teammate of C. Parejo, inflicted the penalty to Farley, but Farley managed to round the mark, the downwind mark, before them both, and so still keeps his position, even though he got inflicted a penalty there. That was a tricky situation. He got up pretty well at that one. We'll see if Robert Huisman, who is their teammate, goes all the way from first position to last position to help C. Parejo and Joan. That's the only thing they can do in their current situation, I believe.
We'll definitely need to ask one day whether it's pronounced Joan Cardona. He needs to tell us, because over on eSailing TV they pronounce it Joan Cardona, and over on Alberto Carraro's Italian channel they pronounce it Juan, and we just want to make sure we're not mispronouncing anybody's name. Speaking of hard to pronounce names, last night there was an event over on eSailing TV. Oh, Juan Cardona tacking over here, making Ramon tack as well. He might be able to win back a position or two here. Yeah, so last night was the Netherlands versus Russia Nations Cup quarterfinals, I believe. And clean sweep by the Netherlands. Congratulations, and GG to Douwe Bosma, who is the team captain. And definitely made a really good selection of players, because, of course, there's Bart Lambrix, there's Robert Huisman, who's with us tonight, and currently ahead of his race, but he's going to have to do something to help his teammates out. Right now, I don't know what Robert Huisman is doing up all the way ahead of the fleet. He needs to come back. He needs to help out Juan Cardona and C. Parejo. But yeah, last night, Netherlands clearly dominating Russia in a 5-0 sweep and taking the win.
That is rough. 5-1. 5-0?
It was 5-0, and then they played out the final races in which Russia were able to win one or two events. Let's go back and see what's going on at the very end of the race here. Will the blue team manage to come back? Right now, inflicting a penalty on C. Parejo. The brothers are fighting. Oh, isn't that cute? We know something about
No mercy. We do.
I totally sympathize with brothers fighting. I think that's a beautiful thing about sports. So right now we see it's a blue and green massacre going back and forth on this last downwind leg of the third race of the evening.
You see C. Parejo and Juan really trying to pin down Cruzolator and giving him that win. It's their only opportunity.
All right, we're going to try to move into an aerial view to watch this right now. Robert Huisman has won the race, but Robert, what were you doing? Why aren't you helping out the Parejo and Juan teammates of yours? I guess they didn't communicate over the team chat. But now it's up to Juan and C. Parejo to fight off an entire blue team. Not going to be easy, but these guys know what they're doing. They're really good. So right now, I think Juan is managing to push off Cruzolator. Miguel Cruz. I heard that Tom, his brother, was going to play in another Mission Impossible movie, but Miguel Cruz tonight playing with us while C. Parejo picks up a penalty off of Cruzolator. As I'm making jokes, actually, it's a very tight finish, but I think Juan Cardona came in last.
That is the case. Yes, that is the case. Really close. Well played. Both the 541 top and the LDLN are both Spain teams on that downwind leg. That was the pure example of how you're supposed to play with the others, with your teammates and the opponent team on a downwind leg in Team Race League. That was really TRL 101 there.
That was some
and
TRL, pure TRL style.
And the moment he crossed, they were trying to cover each other with a win. And the moment he crossed to the view on the right hand side or too far, you have to keep the left hand side once going downwind, so you can actually inflict that starboard tack penalty. Once you go to the right side of the boat that's leeward, that really, you lost all your position, all your maneuver for that. So that happened and cost them dearly.
Yeah. Yep, there was a last-minute decision, but I'm not surprised that Green was not able to save themselves with a 2 versus 3 in that final position. So that Green team is, remind me their name, because unfortunately it's been updated over on the Discord, and I'm not able to find the team registration anymore. Should have been able to screenshot that earlier. We don't have sail ranks with you tonight. Unfortunately, the race committee is very, very busy racing and being race committee at the same time. We want to give a shout out to Farley over at the race committee. So if we're not able to bring you results over sail ranks tonight, you can go find those results tomorrow, sailranks.com, and that's pretty much all you need if you want to follow all the private events in eSailing today.
Mostly powered by sail ranks, but not this evening. I'm looking for the next race thing.
All right, so I may have understood why the green team wasn't able to communicate over the last race. Unfortunately, one of their players was playing from a public area, so wasn't able to get onto a voice chat. That's a big handicap when you're playing team racing.
It is. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, you've got to be able to sit down, even if this is a mobile game. It's always better to play it in a area where you've got good internet connection, and where you can possibly also connect to a vocal server, whether that's Discord or something else.
Did you know they use the in-game chat lines? Like hello, starboard, no. So some of them have specific meanings when it comes to TRL. For example, when you are with your teammates in a race and you put in the have a good race.
Yeah.
Have a good race means do not worry for me, go as fast as you can towards the finish. If you say hello means help.
Yep.
So maybe they could have spammed that. But it's, when you're letting one person know that you need help, you're probably telling everybody you're in a bad situation, and they'll take advantage of that.
No, that's true. They should have tried to use the in-game chat, and there are a few ways to communicate with your team, but definitely when you're playing Team Race League, you should know it's not about coming in first. It's about not finishing last. This is a usual format that we're seeing a lot now with these type of fleet last is out events. I'm personally a little bit more fan of the 3v3 or 4v4 formats, especially 3v3 or less than 10 is usually a fun way to play the game, because it really comes down to strategy. Doesn't have to necessarily be a last is out. It can also just, come into placing well and managing to place the other team in a bad position. But yeah, we're seeing a lot more of these fleet last is out events. I guess the community is more, isn't necessarily sharing my opinion. It's not the first time.
Let us know your favorite format, or shout it out onto the TRL Discord server. Let them know.
Oh, we're not going to go start another stream over here. But if you're interested in following Nations Cup right now, like we were talking to you a little bit earlier about, Netherlands, Russia, or what were the recent events that you watched, Arthur?
I watched, from eSailing TV, the Denmark, was it Denmark, Poland, and then Sweden versus, was it Sweden, Russia? Can't recall. I still have a lot of them to watch on my view list. It's been It's been some good stuff.
Oof.
Definitely.
I just tried to check if we had those recent results over on Sale Ranks, and definitely
The
see
race is
the
up.
LDLN League has been busy creating a lot of events that are going on tonight. This is the match leagues that we were trying to catch earlier. LDLN, you can find their channel, you can find them on Instagram and on Twitter, and they're a really, really active league in the eSailing community. We see eSailing France, in fact, will be racing again next week. This is season 2 of the eSailing France league. The best French sailors and some, I think, non-French sailors, but playing under the French pavilion.
The race is up. They switched the name from TRL to 3v3, which kind of had me searching for it. But I see they're on their first upwind leg now.
All right, then we are on. I'm sorry if we missed that. It's called 3v3. Interesting. Not helping us find the race when it starts. Those are the things that happen when we're streaming live and direct from Paris in France and from San Francisco in beautiful sunny California. That is not always an easy thing. Here we go. We see a cross between Cruz and I guess that was Vic Farley right here having the tack behind Cruzolator. But right now, that's not what's important. Right now, what's most important is who is last, and that's Ramon, one of the 541 top sail coach team members.
We're in the last positions. Like the blue team has been quite often at the bottom of these fleet races. Is it a bad day for the 541 team? I don't know.
I think they're trying to try a lot of different strategies. They're running 2 teams at the same time to, maximize not only their chances of winning, but also the amount of experience that they're going to gain out of each event. So that's, I think, a good strategy to use, but it sometimes doesn't always pay off. I would say the top
Are you seeing this?
Is one of the most consistent ones over all of these events that we see. I'm not too worried about them, even if they don't necessarily win a lot of events. They're definitely very consistent. And
speaking of the devil, did you see what happened? They were blocking upwind. I think it was Cruzolator or J Parejo. I thought he was stuck upwind, but he was actually doing a barrage on that first upwind mark.
Yep.
And now the blue team has completely changed the situation.
Clip it.
Man.
And right now, it is a fight between Nico, the Argentinian, and Pepito from France. Not taking the same route over on this first downwind leg, so not sure the 2 boats will cross again, while as Ramon and Robert Husman fighting it out. I think there's a little bit of blue-green drama going on tonight. There's definitely, these 2 teams are after one another, going after one another with a vengeance. This is the revenge of the race we just saw, with blue and green now putting penalties on each other on the downwind leg, even though this is the only the first downwind leg that we're seeing in this race.
Definitely. It's what we want to see. I mean, this is really enjoyable, and nothing is set yet. So we're gonna have to stay well seated by the till the end of the evening, until we know the last score.
Let's see if this time maybe Robert will be able to get some help from his teammate. He didn't help his teammates out in the last race, but I think C. Parejo and Juan Cardona will know how to slow down 1 or 2 of these teams and manage to put them back into at least not
into their position where they should be.
All right.
Back of the bus.
It's a little bit of optimistic music. Gets things pumping.
And see the wind pressure on the left. And I don't understand, yeah, Nico Argentina is being covered by John, and yeah, definitely has to get that clean air if he wants to get a little ahead, because he's last right now, so it might be the first loss for the Argentinian team. Argentinian team who is Sion?
Is that not? No, that's not why COVID. Is that Team Argentina? We're really sorry not to have the names of the teams for you. I had them earlier, and I thought that they were going to stay posted, and I guess that...
Or correct, that's why COVID.
Yeah, exactly. While the chat got updated, I lost all of those stats. So this is Team Y COVID, which is definitely not a joke over in Argentina. If you're going to name your team after this, it's because in Argentina they've been under lockdown for months now. It's been really hard over there, and all of our support goes out to the Argentinians who are really struggling right now against Juan Cardona's attack. Oh man, way over ley line here. That's not going to help Nico Argentina, but is there going to be a block from his teammates? Not Carrozo. Doesn't seem like Carrozo's going to try a block. AH6 may start blocking, but I think he tried to let his sails flap a little bit too late.
Oh jeez, I am watching what's going on between Joan and Nico, and wow.
All right, let's go back to the back of the race. Here we go. It's between Juan and Nico. Juan definitely punishing his Argentinian.
He's been slowing down, bearing off just everything he could to put Nico in the worst position ever. I mean, that is some real good sailing. Dirty sailing, but it's good sailing.
Hey, you don't get to this level without knowing a few dirty tricks.
Right.
At least right now, it's allowing blue team to sail off into third to last position and hopefully make a spot for themselves in the semifinals. It's not done yet. Right now, we could lose green team. We could lose this green team with C. Parejo, Robert Huisman, and Juan Cardona if they pick up another loss. And they are currently duking it out versus Team Y COVID from Argentina. Juan Cardona right now, he won't give up. He needs to go punish that his adversary.
And he keeps that left-hand side. You know, he really, if he wants to be in an advantage, he really needs that left-hand side position, and will do all he can to stay on that side.
There you go. There he goes again. He knows it's all about coming in second to last, but unfortunately, he's getting the wind shadow from the Argentinian boat of AH6, slowing him down. So now he's simultaneously slowing down Nico, all while trying to stay ahead of AH6. It's not going to be easy right now. Nico's got in a great position on him. Nope. Juan manages to outmaneuver him, puts a penalty on Nico, and now it is up to him to sail down to the finish line. His team is going to help him out, so it should be okay for Team Green tonight. Really wish we had some more exciting team names to bring you, but unfortunately, it's not always something that eSailors are known for.
There were very few French boats tonight compared to what we're used to see. There was only the Belgian boat Fange VR and Pepito race sailing with Virtual Inshore.
Juan Cardona making it look almost easy as he sails in second to last and manages to put both. No, he's third to last. And so the Y COVID Gray team has picked up their first loss of the evening. That means that we're not heading into the semifinals right away. We're going to be watching at least another game of the quarter. I do believe, no, we're not going to get the semifinals until it's down to 3 teams, actually. So we've got a couple more games to watch tonight. Good to see all the people in the chat. Hope you're having a good time. Let us know what you guys want to hear or what you guys want to see. Right now, we're just waiting for the fourth race of the evening to start.
That is. Let me double check that fact.
Why did one? I think. All right.
I believe that is correct. Yeah, fourth race.
I think we're looking at some individual penalties right now in the results, but I'm not sure what I'm seeing right now. I need to be able to bring that a little bit closer for you guys. We'll bring you a little bit more info about that, and we hope we're not going to miss the next race. So, what's going on besides TRL tonight? There's some Barcelona racing. I really like the Barcelona boat.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
So, I'm sorry, brother. It's not gonna work anymore.
You think you don't agree with me? You don't enjoy the old-fashioned racing of the Barcelona boat?
Yeah, not that much. But I've been more and more into the laser somehow. I don't know. Just Barcelona doesn't float my boat, you know.
A very technical boat to master, the laser.
I didn't say I'm good at it. I just said enjoyed it.
Alright, well in any case, what we're watching right now is just a, what seems to be some sort of training event from English boats racing in Barcelona. It's always fun to drop in on just random races going on Virtual Regatta and see who's training, who's practicing, who's trying to get better at this game. Because it's not all about just, doing the EWC, the E World Sailing Championship events. It is about actually perfecting and crafting your art to hone your skills to become the very best. And that is how these guys get to the top, whether it's Deja Vu, whether it's a Sere, whether it's a Bart Lambrix. These guys have been training during the off season, during their sleep, under the shower, morning. Instead of eating breakfast, they just play a little bit of Virtual Regatta, and that's how they get that good. So
it's good
that's
for
why
your
I
health.
like dropping in.
Virtual Regatta is really good for your health, but very bad for your tension.
It does get stressful, especially when you're running into a 3, 4, 5 race series and you really want to keep that good score going. It can get really stressful.
Somebody ruins you and you end up 11th place and you're like, I'm not playing this anymore.
Flip that table over, man. Flip that table over.
When in the Discord servers, you can read a lot of those reactions. It's always funny to see, and at least, you're not alone. If you felt like this game was very punitive, not fair, well, you're not the only one.
This game really punishes you, and in that, I find that it's a lot like real sailing.
Yeah, we've been seeing some maneuvers. Really, it's not pinpoint accuracy, but you have to be really reactive to what's happening in the game. A moment of losing your focus and anything can go wrong. I think we're at the start procedure. We're in the minute now.
We are.
Alright, sure. You're with us. Recap on those results. 1 out for Team Gray, Argentinian. Why COVID? 1 out for Team Spain with Joe and Cardona.
Team Spain with 1 Dutch player as well. That's why I don't know what to call them. I call them Team Green, which actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, one thing I wanted to say is that we've actually not seen a single loss from Team Pink. Virtual Intercourse, which we always like to support and cheer for on this channel. Hold on, we've got Spinnakers out 10 seconds before start. What is going on, guys?
They are completely allowed. These are the rules for this event. Spinnakers and kites are allowed.
Alright, well it hasn't paid off. You can see the Cruisolator has now picked up a penalty off of his start. Juan Parejo over here from Team Top Sail Coach also actually first. I'm sorry. He actually took a very good start over here. I wasn't expecting that, but I think that the shift is going to put him in a pretty hard position. He might be able to cross over the entire fleet, but he's going to be out of the pressure, out of the wind pressure for a good part of that next tack. So let's see how that works out for him. Right now, last is Ramon from the top sail coach team as well.
He had that kite at first and missed the start, I think, a second time, and just did another 360. It's going to be rough for him.
For sure. But it's only the first upwind leg of this fourth quarterfinal event, and so nothing is finished yet. We know all of these players are definitely really good. We're going to try to change. I'm not a big fan of this album. I'm going to try to find something else to listen to. But that's kind of the problem when you're listening to royalty-free music, is that it is a little bit of a little bit tricky because you don't know any of the artists.
True. We'll have to make some playlists. Let us know if any song sounds good. If you know this app, Pretzel, you can suggest songs into the chat and we'll put them on for you so we can all enjoy this.
Right now, trying to see what top sail coach, what the blue team's going to be able to do. Vic Farley, way over ley line, but probably going to be able to close in. Oh, the shift is helping him out. Or at least it's not helping him out per se, but it's bringing him back into the course, allowing him to sail a slightly shorter distance. Oh, definitely. You play something called Cyberpunk. What do you expect?
Fair enough.
Fair enough. All right, coming up to the first upwind mark. We're going to bring back this ranking. It is Cruzolator, who is last, over here on the right side of the course, over ley line, blocked by the green team again.
The green team.
The green team. I think it's his brother or one of his family members at least. So C. Paparo ahead of Ramon, ahead of J. Paparo is a little bit ahead of the other guys. And, very intense race for the Paparo brothers tonight.
No mercy. Definitely.
Ooh, I think it's currently Nico Argentina. Currently in last position, and that is a very dangerous spot for him to be in. He managed to cross ahead here of Jay Parejo right while Jay Parejo was repairing a penalty, and that was, he normally would have picked up a penalty because he was on a port jibe. Here we go, now they're picking up the penalties. Now the fight has started. Now the blue team is punishing the Argentinian Y COVID team. And they've managed to put Nico and Caruso both very far behind. While it's Martin Fernandez that is rounding the mark first. So yeah, that hot pink team with Martin Fernandez, Stipe coach, and Afonso, Team Portugal, these guys are definitely rocking it in this race.
I'm looking at the top of the race, and I wanted to shout out to Roxy Joni, who I see in the chat. Thank you for following the stream. Really well rounded on that mark. You just passed a few meters, not even meters, a few centimeters.
Microns.
Before and managed to bear onto the to port tack without taking that penalty. Really well played there, man. Really well played.
Shout out to all the eSailors that follow this channel, and shout out to all of you guys who don't necessarily play Virtual Regatta but want to get into the game. But definitely, hi Roxy Joni, hi Lucas Moore, hi Vic Farley, Bradley Adams, all of the guys that we see regularly in the chat. And we may actually get a player or two later on the stream to get their impressions after the race. We'll need to be able to figure that out on the technical side.
trying to get Roxy Jennings says he's gonna need to wait. Did you want a song?
No, I think Roxy Joni is going to have to wait for his teammates because Vic Farley right now, we unfortunately brought him a... we were unlucky. We talked about them doing really well tonight, and obviously what happens after we support somebody. Here we go. Roxy Joni just going full 180, coming back. He's going to attack somebody. Who has he decided to attack? I think he's going to go after Team Argentina, because he knows that right now Nico from Team Argentina is in 14th position. So he needs to be very strategic. It doesn't make any sense going after green team. Meanwhile, Team Portugal, easy, passing that first mark, all 3 boats ahead. Roxy Joni controlling AH6 from Team Y COVID out of Argentina. Putting a penalty on a green boat, because why the fuck not putting a penalty on it? He just walked into it, so why not? And now slowing down, trying to slow down, but he hasn't managed to put in a penalty on AH6 yet.
Gets in position, trying to make him hit a bow. Oh man.
Oh, but he's not able to. And
it's first in the mark.
Farley, who managed to come back up, picking up a penalty as well as Pepito. This is not looking good for Team Pink. Let's try to get into a good angle. I think the aerial view is going to be the only way we're going to see what's going on here. All of what's going on. As you can see, Team Blue has managed to get themselves stuck in the middle of the fleet as well. So now Team Pink is attacking them. There's a little bit of kite fight going on. I'm gonna move back into the aerial view to see if right now Nico Argentina is able to come back from his penalty and slow down another boat. Otherwise, it will be his second elimination for the green team, for the gray team tonight, and that would mean that Y COVID would be out of the event. Let's hope not. Let's hope that Nico Argentina, he's coming back up right now. Vic Farley picking up penalties and slowing down. Probably a penalty from the blue Parejo brothers again. Like I said, consistent players, really strong team playing, and you've got to know the strategy. You've got to know how to beat a good team if you want to be able to compete against these guys.
Yep. We will definitely not leave you any opportunity. So if you wanna kind of be able to play against them and not just get bullied, yep.
All right, so Roxy Joni is currently last, but they are bullying, they're ganging up right now on Ramon, and Ramon from the 541 Top Sail Coach team is totally cut off from his teammates. Pepito managing to jibe around Cruiselator.
Farley, double penalty, managed to catch up and not get in last position.
No, it's not a loss for Virtual Intercourse. We're not afraid to say the name of that team. But it is a loss for Blue, which is, I believe, SPA1. It is one of the 541 Top Sail Coach teams that we have. There were 2 tonight. Best start for Juan Cardona. Shortest distance sail for Stipe Coach. And we know Stipe Coach is really good on that course planning. Let's go see what happened down here. Yeah, we can see definitely Roxy Joni coming back and helping his teammates, losing 6 positions in the meanwhile. But it's not about finishing first.
I'm reading somebody else saying this is fascinating to watch, and I completely agree with that sailor. Shout out to Nico15 from the USA eSailing Club. Yeah.
What did that comment on? Is that over on Facebook? Is that over on YouTube?
No, it's in the race chat
on
TRL.
Yeah, if you're watching this over on your own and you want to get in on the action, hey, don't watch it over on your own. Come over to Twitch, create yourself an account. It's free to watch Twitch, and you can watch it with us and let us know what you're thinking in the chat, and that's what makes it a little bit funner to watch. I mean, especially in these times where, well, here in Paris, we're going for another curfew. It's not a lockdown, but it's curfew. It's gonna start at 9 o'clock every night. We're not gonna be able to go out. So, you know, who needs a social life? We've got Virtual Regatta.
True. Once again, well played to Virtual Intercourse for that last round. Really impressive until the very last moment. I think the next race is created, so we'll be able to
Let's jump in.
that one. So there's that three different teams with 1 out each. So out of 5 teams, there are many chances that next race we are actually gonna see one team leave and move on to the quarterfinals. Stay hooked with us.
Right now, the teams that don't have an out are Team Pink, Team Portugal, so the hot pink with Martin Fernandez as, I believe, captain. At least he was, I think, the highest ranked squad player on TRL. But Afonso is also a very good TRL player, so I don't think he's necessarily, I mean, we need to mention him as well. Virtual Intercourse doesn't have a single loss. Those are the two teams right now who are pretty safe, who we might have a chance of seeing in the semis.
Let's not jinx it for people who are superstitious.
Exactly.
No. We're going to go 2 more players, and the race should start shortly. I was reading also on the chat, for those who are interested, the Team Racing League Weekend League is open. So if you feel like playing with other sailors for the rest, after this stream, you can always join that. TRO is free to join. There's various levels of sailors, so you have your chances.
Why don't you tell us about how would someone go about joining TRL if they wanted to, if they know how to play Virtual Regatta, they've got the game installed on their phone or on their tablet, or they play it over on their browser, because may I remind you, this game is multi-platform. I mean, come on, PS5, Xbox, we've been doing multi-platform for years over on Virtual Regatta. But anyways, so how would someone who wants to get into some more private team racing, elite racing, get into this kind of thing? Could you explain that to us?
Yeah, it's quite simple. So you'll need the Discord app, or same thing, Discord also works in a browser, so you can just hop onto Discord, search for the TRL, Team Race League channel, or shout us a message in the chat. We'll send you an invite, create an account, of course it's free, and then once you're on the TRL channel, there are 2 channels you need to read first to know what's going on, are the Welcome and Rules channel, and right underneath the registration channel. Once you are registered, you simply join in any channels, either the Weekend League, the 4v4 queue, the 2v2 queue, and the 2 new queues which are, for this season at least, which are the F50 3v3 or the Laser 3v3. There's only been 2 races on the Laser, so I'll try to motivate that. That's it.
Ooh, man. Pepito really late on the start, had his kite out. Sorry to interrupt your explanation, Arthur, but that was, I think, a terrible start on behalf of Pepito.
It's rough, yeah.
And you know what? Yesterday I was watching eSailing TV, and he actually talked about Pepito a little bit. Thomas, the host over on eSailing TV, was talking about how this player in particular tends to, I don't want to be vulgar on Twitch, but he did say tends to get a little cocky when he's been having a good evening and been managing very well in the races. And I guess it's a little bit what just happened to him here. He wanted to do a fancy jibe start over on the committee, on the race committee boat, and that was super late, unfortunately, and is now putting his pink Virtual Intercourse team in a really tough position.
Yeah, that is correct. We've seen on the last 2 races, I don't know what's been going. They definitely want to play the kite and try some interesting moves for the start. It's not been paying off for both teams, so they'll have to catch up on these upwind legs.
No, the kite is an interesting. The kite is an interesting start strategy that we don't see a lot on these types of races. We don't see them very often because usually they're banned, simply put. But we've got some events that do allow kite in the very last seconds. So the kite is the spinnaker. It's that very big sail that allows the boat to speed up very quickly, but only when it's going downwind. So it picks up a penalty because it's obviously on the wrong side of the starting line, but at the same time has so much inertia, have so much speed built up that it's able to back up and compensate that penalty. In any case, the spinnaker start is a very risky strategy. You've got to be good. And what happened here, I thought that it was another team that had picked up the last position, but unfortunately it was just Vic Farley. Also picking up a penalty here. We've got, who's over here on this left side? I think that's Stipe Coach. Ooh, this is the hot pink team Portugal that is now currently last. Not something we've seen a lot tonight.
Oh, Hoy Lugas, it's unbanned because of Nations Cup. Didn't see you arriving, and thanks for the info. That is good to know. So I guess now it's a thing.
All right, so Roxy Joni slowing down at the first mark, creating a barrage, but unfortunately not being able to inflict a lot of penalties, just picking up a penalty himself. Not enough for Vic Farley to come back up. But of course, both Pepito and Vic Farley are in the last position, so this is not good for Virtual Intercourse right now.
Some aerial view so you see the distances.
Oh yeah, all three of the Virtual Intercourse boats are at the end of the race. They're fighting against Team Portugal. Team Portugal doesn't care. Team Portugal doesn't have any losses, neither does Virtual Intercourse. But the race is not over. It is only the first downwind leg of the evening, and there's going to be a second one. Definitely going to be a lot of fight within the fleet as well between Y-COVID, Team Spain 1 and Team Spain 2. Right
Arthur
now,
Farley closing in on Nico
Solator is doing very well with his blue team. They are well ahead. Green and blue, who were usually in the last positions early on in the evening, are now dominating the rest of the fleet.
Yeah, they got a better start on this race at least. Should be more at ease and not really concerned by this race end. So.
All right. So what happened here is that either Roxy Joni or Pepito, not sure, managed to put a penalty on one of the Y-COVID boats. So they've slowed down Nico Argentina, but Nico Argentina just put a very strange penalty down on Vic Farley. How did that happen? I'm pretty sure Vic Farley was on his starboard jibe, but clearly there was maneuvering going on, and so the Virtual Intercourse team is again last in this fifth race of the evening, still in the quarterfinals now of the team elimination race, powered by TRL. And a big thanks to Lucas Moore for being behind TRL, starting this league up, and for bringing us some additional info in the chat. If you've got any other tidbits, interesting stuff to talk about, let us know. And yeah, definitely, if you're watching this chat, you like eSailing, and you see Lucas Moore dropping in and giving you some info, you should subscribe to the channel that's giving you all of these scoops hot and direct, you know. You should definitely be giving us a little like, a little subscribe, and helping us grow the channel a little bit. Gotta plug that in there a little bit once in the evening. We're not monetizing anything on here. We're not asking for donations, but we are asking for you guys to subscribe, get your friends to subscribe, get your grandmothers to subscribe, and get your dogs or your guinea pigs to subscribe to the channel. Really helps a lot in any case to get the sport out there, to get Virtual Regatta a little bit higher up in those Twitch game rankings, and that really makes a difference when we're trying to make this game into a real esport. That's the idea. And
Well
if
said.
you're behind that, get behind us.
Speaking of Lucas Moore,
Add over.
yeah,
Add over.
want to join TRL? Want to join TRL? Shout a message to Lucas Moore. I hope he has some time. No, very busy person, but I hope he has some time to show you around.
Definitely don't hesitate to ask for help in the general chat, and usually people will always be happy to drop in and give you a couple of tips. There's usually at least about 15 eSailors connected on Discord at any given time of the day, anywhere in the world. Green and blue rounding that second upwind mark very well. This first upwind mark for the second time very well. Team Argentina in a difficult position, but right now Vic Farley is a little bit over ley line here and not able to get back fast enough. So this may be the first elimination point for Virtual Intercourse tonight. But I think Vic Farley actually took advantage of the game a little bit. He knew he was going to pick up a penalty, but he just wanted to get around that mark really quickly, and that seems to have worked out a little bit. Ooh, this is going to be a hard
Caught up with Alfonso.
end of a race.
All right, everything starts now. The best part is now, boys. Let's watch this.
Get in here. This is it.
So Alfonso got a little bit caught up. He got a penalty by Farley right before passing the mark. That's why Farley got ahead. Roxy Joni is trying to give him that win. Boom! Second penalty for Alfonso. That's done. And now Roxy Joni moving back to the Argentinians to cover them and help out Pepito. So they're attacking two different teams at the same time. Let's see how that goes for them. And Pepito is in last position. So now it's either Pepito or the Argentinian team, Wycovid. It's going to be a really close call.
I'm scared for Wycovid right now because I know this Virtual Intercourse team. I know they're dangerous, and I know Pepito as well. We've been covering him for nearly 6 months now on this channel and over on YouTube. Here we go, Pepito showing us what he knows how to do, putting a penalty over on Nico and covering him again, punishing him again. Sorry for the sound effects again, that is the game. Will he be able to stay ahead of AH6? This is going to be the big question, but I think Pepito has managed to, and he goes back to put a penalty on Nico. He will not give up. He's relentless. He knows that it's the only way he can keep his team from picking up a point. That was maneuvering.
Triple!
AH6 picking up a penalty here because he was maneuvering. Even if Pepito had been on the port tack, it was AH6 that was going to pick up that penalty. Now putting another one on him. Pepito had to pick up that penalty. You know, Nico had to try whatever he could, but it was too late. It was a very close finish. That was a very close finish. I'm sorry for the sound effects again.
But I want the Quake sound.
So that is it for Team Wycovid. GG, guys. You really played very well. It was really fun to watch you guys in the second downwind leg. Let us know if you were an Argentinian player and you were supporting that team tonight, because we're sorry to see them go. Looking forward to finding them in another TRL event. Caroso, AH6, and Nico. Nico, I've raced against you several times, so always good to see you on TRL. And hope you guys get a chance to come back soon.
As well, shaking hands, a lot of fair play to be seen here. Nothing to see here. They're already projecting towards the next event. They will be able to settle the score.
Yeah, well, definitely a team to watch out for, and a new team that we're happy to see join us. So now that Gray is out, we are down to 4 teams. That is Team Spain Green, Team Spain Blue. I'm sorry, I'm not being more original, but I think your guys' name is like Team SPA or SAP.
SPA1 and SPA and SPA2. They were very
I mean,
original.
541 Top Sail Coach is a great name. 1 and 2 also works. So they both have one elimination point right now. They cannot pick up another elimination, or they will be out for the evening and will move on to the semifinals. And the other two teams are Team Portugal in hot pink and Team Virtual Intercourse in light pink. I guess pink is a lucky color.
That's why we chose it for our channel. Just saying.
I like having pink as like our main theme color. It's a stupid thing to say, but like, for one, you know, I don't give a fuck about what people think. If it's pink, it's pink. It's a nice color, but I don't care what it means. I'm not putting any political weight into the color or the branding scheme. And actually it makes me laugh because it's not a color you see a lot in esports. It's not a color you see a lot in sailing. Even though I've known a couple of sailors to wear pink Crocs on board. They're really good boat shoes to wear.
We chose a color which exists in game, so at least if we want to, you know, have the colors of our channel one day, we can just take that color and it works, right? In time. We're looking, my brother and I, towards the next season of eSailing World Championship, and we've kind of like told each other that we'd like to be amongst the top 100 for our respective countries. For me, that's the US, and for my brother, France. So, looking forward. I don't know if you guys in the chat are looking forward to the next ESW season. What's your objective? What are you looking towards to in eSailing? Let us know. If things are slowly moving, and we'd like to have as much motivated people, and even more than the previous season. That's a given for anybody else. What do you think?
I'll be right back.
Right. Maybe ask you in the chat. I'll ask Lucas. You're here. Lucas, is it gonna be
I thought
still
you were asking me.
You as well? But I thought you were going to do that. For example, Lucas, who I know is an excellent sailor and has been is he in the top 8? I can't quite recall. But let us know. And the race start has been given. So, 4 races, we are in the quarterfinals.
Taking a quick break. Exactly. Might need to take a quick pee break a little bit later. Definitely, I think Lucas will be looking to have a great season like he just did. Unfortunately, didn't qualify for the eSailing World Championship Finals that will be coming up in November.
Sorry.
But we're going to be looking forward to that right now. That's going to be the next big event on our calendar. And right now, I mean, TRL is still going on until the end of this month, and then we'll be starting a new season as well. We'll take a quick look at the ranking a little bit later.
Yeah, definitely. I already see a few names who are in game who are amongst the top. We'll get back to that later. 10 seconds to go at the start. We spread out again.
Clear line. Martin Fernandez picking up penalties but going off on his port tack early on. Getting covered by a green boat. That is Robert Heusman. Putting him in his wind shadow.
There's both wind on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of this regatta. I wonder which is more favorable right now. It seems everybody's going for the right-hand side due to the wind socks at the top of the
there's a wind shift over on the left side. You can see that the ley line on the left side is moving inwards towards the course, and that helps you if you're on a port tack, if you're heading to the right side. So it, as you can see with those lines shifting, slowly brings you closer to the mark. Really something you need to master if you're playing Virtual Regatta. You need to try to figure out how that works and use it to your advantage. Not always easy when the fleet is covering you, but this isn't the case of a fleet race, a normal fleet race. This is a last is out team race. And right now it is Martin Fernandez who is out. We're down to 4 teams. And so there's only 12 players out on the water right now. That's why the starts are a little bit cleaner also.
Yeah, definitely helps.
Let's see if Martin manages to cross in front of this blue boat. Nope. The blue boat has managed to attack in front of him. So keeping Martin in the last position, that is Cruzolator. Cruz Parejo. I love this new boat name. It is Cruz Paparo. It is the fusion. The fusion has occurred, and now we have a Cruz Paparo brother that has joined the family and joined the team.
Pretty cool. I like that.
It's the small things in this game. It's the details that you notice when you've been playing with a lot of these players a lot. Is you know, slight changes they may bring to their usual boat colors or their screen name. All right, a lot of action coming up on this first mark rounding. Here we go. Green team, Spain green and Spain blue are going to be the first teams around the mark. Virtual intercourse coming in pretty close together here. They managed to get through pretty easily with no penalties, almost no penalties. Nope, no penalties at all. While as Team Portugal is struggling a little bit more here, Stipe coach Martin Fernandez and Afonso will all be third rounding this dogleg. And they need to slow down Cruzolator, and that's not an easy thing to do. Let's see how they try. It's 3 versus 1, so now blue team will have to come out and try something to help their teammate. But what they need to do also is not get into a fight with Virtual Intercourse or with Spain Green, because then they may start losing more ranking than they bargained for.
Right. Now we have it. We see Alfonso and Martin closing on to Pepito. That is their opportunity. They're reaching for it.
Ooh, that was a beautiful speed ahead by Stipe coach, and now he is on his starboard jibe. He will be forcing Cruzolator out of the race course. There we go.
Oh, dodge! Nice one, Farley.
Yeah, that was a very strange port jibe penalty on the rule number 10. We don't see a lot of those. You gotta be careful. I think what happened was that Stipe coach was probably jibed, but probably a little bit early, hits the mark. Oh, terrible. Stipe coach hitting the mark while he had a lot of space, and now he's completely upwind. He's got no speed. Picking up speed again, but unfortunately bringing his kite down very, very late, and not helping his position a lot, not helping his situation a lot. Now pink Team Portugal doesn't have a single loss so far, so they won't be eliminated if they lose this race.
Since they're unfortunately at the back of the fleet, they don't have a lot of space for maneuvering and being able to help their teammate by penalizing others. There's not anybody except Pepito there, who we see in behind of Afonso's wing, just right behind Martin there. They're trying to keep Pepito at the back. It's an aggressive move from the... Let's see if Pepito can come back from this. It's going to be rough. It's going to be fascinating to watch.
This is just the first downwind.
Yeah,
it's just the first,
second
upwind. I'm sorry, we're not the first downwind is done, and now we're on just the second upwind. There's still a downwind leg to
They're roughly 10 meters apart, Pepito and Martin. So they'll still be in each
It's
other's
Stipe
wind
coach.
shadow.
It's Stipe coach, yeah. But
Stipe.
yeah, of course, Martim and Pepito are only 15, 16 meters apart. And we know it's 24 meters on the J70, 24 to 32 meters of wind shadow on this boat. So as long as there's less than 20, 25 meters between these boats, which we can see is the case, everything is still open.
Everything is about to happen on this second downwind lane.
Everything can still happen, but we've still been having a great time so far. Even if you've just joined in the stream, we're still in the quarterfinals, so you haven't missed much yet. Here we go. Team Portugal squeezing in right in front of Virtual Intercourse and Spain Blue. Ooh, Virtual
Finally
Intercourse
putting the penalty.
Pepito, unfortunately rounding that dog leg in a tight and difficult position, but he's getting help from Vic Farley, who managed to put a penalty over on Afonso.
Yep, now unfortunately... Oh no, Farley was ahead,
Yep,
and he's playing on
Farley-
the 18 rule.
Farley is still managing to push Afonso out of the course.
Good
all
team
while
play,
slowing
good
down
team
Cruzolator. And putting a penalty on Cruzolator. How good is that? He's managing
Oh,
to
that
fight
slight
off two
switch to
players.
starboard. Oh man.
But now he's
Yeah,
going to
fascinating.
have to defend his position. Cruzolator and Afonso right now in last and second to last. And Roxy Joni helping out his teammate. That is a lot of good teamwork from Virtual Intercourse.
It was great to watch, man.
While
Sailors,
Spain Green has finished first. Just saying.
Oh yeah, top 3 podium. Them really solid there. They will not get the out
Solid
this
race
race.
for Spain Green. All right, so right now we've got a blue boat and a Portuguese boat passing the line, not going to be able to help their teammates. This sort of puts Virtual Intercourse in a better position because they've still got 3 boats to manage to fight off the 2 pink and 2 blue boats.
Oh no.
No, it's going to be Team Spain Blue who picks up their second loss of the evening. And that will be it for them. Unfortunately, Cruzolator, Juan Parejo, and Ramon from the LDLN Top Sail Coach teams, the Paparo team in general, you know, the Paparo boot camp, eSailing boot camp, will unfortunately have to leave us tonight as we progress into the finals.
Top 3, yep, top 3 remain for the finals, which is the finals? No, the finals is the same format, 2 outs. Thought it was BO3 for a moment, but I believe I'm mistaken.
Right, yeah, semifinals, we'll see Team Spain Green with Juan Cardona notably on them, but also C. Parejo, I'm sorry, there's so many Paparo brothers on the team, I'm not able to always follow, as well as Robert Hoistman. They've managed to hoist themselves into the semifinals, despite having already picked up 1 loss. We've also got Virtual Intercourse, Light Pink, with Farley, Roxy Joni, and Pepito, who have been very, very aggressive, but still managing to not pick up a single elimination point tonight. And of course, Team Portugal, headed by Martin Fernandez, but with Afonso and who's the third on Team Portugal? I know he's not Portuguese, that's why I'm having a little bit of a blank here. They haven't picked up a single loss either, so this is turning out to be a very fun event. Obviously, very stressful for the race committee because it was their first time for this new race committee organizing this type of pop-up event on the TRL league and on the TRL server. But I think it's turning out pretty well.
Yeah, I think it's working great too. As a matter of fact, for those who are interested, we will be joined by the race committee for some post-game impressions. So don't leave once the stream is ended. Stay with us a little longer, and feel free. It's going to be kind of like an Ask Me Anything session. You'll be able to post your questions to the race committee directly. Stay with us. Stay tuned as we move on to these semifinals.
The new race is starting up.
Join in. Funny to see once again in the race organization, persons just asking to join the race. Probably don't know this isn't an event with
Just
a
random
registration.
players.
Not random players. They're from the TRL. They're just like, hey, can I jump in? It's like, how about next game or next event once you register with your team?
No,
I'd
sorry
say-
guys. These are the semifinals. We're down to the top 3 teams of tonight. That is Team Spain Green. That is Team Portugal. We're still missing one player from Team Portugal, which is Stipe Coach. That is the 3rd player from Team Portugal. I'm sorry. Of course, the Croatian phenomenon. And of course, Team Virtual Intercourse playing very well again tonight. We've really become used to seeing Virtual Intercourse in the last positions on a lot of these events. Maybe this will be one of their first wins on a TRL event. Not their first. I think they've already had one, but they could really build up on a series of wins if they were to take down this event tonight.
They were top. They were 3rd place at last pop-up event, if I recall. Still in the podium. Yeah, maybe pull off a win here. To 1st place would be amazing.
I mean, it's a great lineup. Pepito, Roxy Joni, and Farley, who's a little bit of a up-and-coming star in this game. Vic Farley is definitely one of the, like some people would say, the youngsters coming up in this game and teaching a lot of these pro players new tricks. Really showing off tonight in any case.
Like it happens with most video games. I'm thinking of League of Legends and whatnot. It's the next generation that invents new playstyles. So be sure to keep an eye on them.
They definitely don't feel restricted by some of the rules, but they're all, for the most part, they're all sailors. So on this start, we see Stipe Coach picking up the worst start here over on the right side of the course. He is currently 9th.
Vic Farley had a penalty at the start too. That kind of put him in the back.
You get a car crash outside of your place? We can hear it. We can hear it honking.
Sorry.
In San Francisco, half of the time you can hear the seagulls, half of the time you hear the car horns.
Or ambulance or police cars. Yeah, it's American life, I guess. Little win on the right hand of this race. I think definitely the sailors are heading towards it. Let's see how that goes for them.
Alright, so once we head into 3 teams, I think it changes a lot in the game because all of a sudden it does become about coming in. All of a sudden it does become about coming in first. You know what I mean?
It does change a lot.
There's only 2 other teams. If you let them fight it out between themselves, you're still good. So here we go. We've got, I think, Juan Cardona putting a penalty on Martin Fernandez.
Martin tried to duck there, but nope. Joan did the same and definitely hit the hole.
That's going to help his team manage to control the rest of the fleet. Right, because right now all of the green boats are going to be able to attack. Interesting what C. Paparo is doing over here. attacking a little bit early, trying to control Martin Fernandez again. Now I see what they're doing. Very interesting team play on behalf of Spain Green.
And Robert Huisman, who's going to be in a great position to give some bad wind to Martin there. Yeah, I see what you mean.
And now it's also very interesting. So while we're watching who's going to win the race and definitely be safe to get into the finals, we're also watching who has to finish last, because this is still last is out. The finals will be in a best of 3 format. So normally everything will be set over. Even if Green Team makes it into the finals, I believe they will be again starting as if they had 0 losses. Am I correct on this one?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking earlier, is that the finals will restart the house.
I do believe the finals restart the count. So Virtual Intercourse struggling to get ahead of Team Portugal Pink right now. As we see, they're going to start some kite slowing downing. I know that's not a word.
It's German. It's a German version.
The kite is slowing downing. Yeah. I know the word for kite in German too. I should be able to remember it right now.
No, I like the music. It's a little upbeat. It brings some energy to the game right now. And Martin going for the penalty. Luxy John dodging it.
Fighting it off. I think Virtual Intercourse is still very dangerous on this downwind leg. They showed that they were able to speed up and put a lot of downwind shadow over on Team Portugal. And now Martin Fernandez is in a tough spot.
The Sharks
he's not last,
are out.
but Stipe Coach is probably going to, there we go, pick up a penalty as well. And so now Stipe Coach recovering from a penalty, Martin with a penalty, Stipe Coach picking up another penalty. Oh my God. Yeah, Virtual Intercourse was definitely able on this first downwind leg to catch up and punish Team Portugal. Oh no, Vic Farley picking up a penalty off of Pepito. There's friendly fire. There's friendly fire out on the water today.
That is going to cost dearly in these semifinals.
Yeah, he must be really kicking himself for that. But sometimes you can't avoid it. Unfortunately, picks up another penalty off of Martin Fernandez, who just went back and decided he was going to bully Pepito a little bit more. He saw that Pepito was slowed down, and he figured he was going to keep that boat behind him, even if it meant slowing down himself.
Oh, look at Afonso just rushing down with his kite.
Yeah,
oh my God.
If you're wondering why the boats are actually doing 180s and 360s on the water, it's because it's not about who finishes first. It's about who finishes last. And if you can slow down one of your opponent's team's boats by putting penalties on them, well, you're pretty much sure to finish ahead of them, and that's all it takes to win in this format. Now, obviously, when we head into the finals, it's team against team, so it's last is out as usual, but there's another dimension. I mean, being fast really counts a lot more when we're going to get to the finals. Right now, still 3 teams, still in the semifinals, and unfortunately for them, it is Virtual Intercourse who looks like they're going to be picking up their first loss of the evening.
I want to be sailing. I'm just watching this, the beautiful water, the beautiful weather. I just want to be sailing. pretty clean around the first mark. Alfonso putting a barrage there and inflicting a penalty to Roxy Johnny. Will that be enough for the Portuguese team?
Vic Farley was able to squeeze in ahead of Martin Fernandez, and now putting a penalty on Afonso. It looks like it's Portugal. I spoke too soon. Let's wait until the last downwind leg is over. Let's just wait.
Yeah.
Definitely a win for Team Spain Green. Juan Cardona, Cipaparo, and Robert Heusman definitely up in the lead on this race. So safe from elimination, and then definitely might not be eliminated off of the next race, or could potentially not be eliminated off of the next race. Team Portugal catching up, but not enough. And unfortunately, Stipe Coach has taken a little bit too much of a lead. He's not going to be able to help his team out much right now. It's going to be a 2v3. Farley, Roxy Joni, and Pepito against Afonso and Fernandez.
He's kind of luffing his sails, Stipe Coach. He's waiting to see if there's a maneuver to be made.
I think, unfortunately, unless this is a lag, Roxy Joni has taken a severe delay, and yeah, that's not looking good right now for Virtual Intercourse. They were very good in defending and helping out their teammates. Might be able to push Martin Fernandez over the ley line, but Roxy Joni is a good 24 meters behind the rest of the fleet.
I'm seeing Pepito trying to put his boat over Martin to delay that penalty a slight second longer, and that has worked. He even managed to help Roxy Joni in a good position here.
Yep. Stipe Coach has crossed the line now, so he won't be able to help his teammates, and now it's a 3v2, which changes everything.
And Pepito
they're
pushing
all on their starboard
Martin.
jibe. Here we go. Penalties are being lost, and will Pepito manage to catch up on Afonso?
With the second penalty.
Oh! That was a crazy ending. I do believe Virtual Intercourse managed to save it. Let's.
Oh no!
Suspense. I'm taking my time. Slowly going down. And it's Virtual Intercourse who picked up the last spot. Can't believe it. I didn't see it going down.
Edge of my seats.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that race finishing that way. But it is Pepito who is finishing last.
I think he was bearing off just a little bit too much instead of heading.
Split second. Look at this. Afonso and Martin Fernandez finished at the exact same time.
The last four players crossed the line in
within
seconds.
Within 0.3 seconds of one another. That's amazing. That was a very tight finish, and yeah, I wouldn't have been able to call it, but the game says it's Virtual Intercourse who picks up a loss. So now we have two of the three semi-finalists with a loss. Spain Green and Virtual Intercourse. Right now, Team Portugal, hot pink, is first. So far, so good for them.
Congrats to Spain for just crossing on the podium there. Was that the second race in a row they just managed to stay ahead all race and not be bothered? I believe so.
Yeah, Team Portugal started off very strong, but seems to be slowing it down a little bit. So I'm just going to go take a really quick look while we're waiting over here for the second semifinal, is to go see if we can get the results of the current results of the Nations Cup. So if you're not familiar with this website, it's eSailing wc.com. There we go, and we can see if currently there's any new information on the leaderboard. It's not being kept up very regularly, unfortunately. And I am looking forward to seeing Spain-France on the 17th. That's tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Spain-France. That's going to be a very interesting event. Streamed over by eSailing TV, so go watch it over there. We'll be there. As you can see, we've posted our these are not only our Twitch, or at least for me, it's my Twitch handle as well. And it's also my Virtual Regatta handle. And down there over on Arthur's screen, that's his Virtual Regatta handle. And over on Twitch, he is Killed a Pixel. So you can also add him as friend, even though he's not a very friendly guy. But, you know, just do it because he doesn't have many friends.
That's brother love, like we saw earlier with the Parejo brothers.
But exactly, like the Paparo brothers, we give ourselves a little bit of shit every now and then. And yeah, Nations Cup is currently underway, but I'm not sure where I can find some up-to-date leaderboards. Let's see if eSailing TV has it right now. Are you watching out if the next race has started?
I am, yeah.
Oh, it started already.
0:20? No. It's 0:20. We got 2 minutes. We're good.
All right. Look, this is the leaderboard as it stands, but we haven't seen Japan-France. I believe Japan-France has taken place.
We didn't look that up yet.
There's going to be Denmark-Sweden, or is that already taken place?
Denmark-Sweden has not taken place.
Denmark-Sweden hasn't taken place. That's going to be fun. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Spain against France in the quarterfinals. That would mean that the winner of the quarterfinals will be either Spain, France, Denmark, or Sweden going up against either Great Britain, Germany, Italy, or Netherlands. We saw Netherlands win against Russia yesterday. So yeah, we'll come back to that a little bit later. Let's get back into TRL Team Elimination Race pop-up event of the Season 4 between Season 4 and Season 5. It's sort of like a off-season event, exhibition match, but very, very serious. Semifinals, as you can see over on your screen. And currently 3 teams, 2 of which already have an elimination point against them. And we've got a random spectator. This is going to be fun. Hey, David, how are you doing? Let's go see what's going on over here.
If his boat is in the middle, he joined because he was watching in the game. Thanks, VRI.
I want to tell you guys, stop dropping into random games you want to spectate. If you want to spectate these high-level events, come over to Inshore Streams, watch them on our channel, and that way you'll stop polluting these type of events.
We'll get him. At least he has good colors.
David, you're welcome to join us on the channel. We'd be happy to have you, and we're happy to have all the viewers that are with us tonight. Going a little bit spammy on the chat bot, but that's not a big deal. We're 24 seconds into the start, and we're gonna watch something else than this random spectator.
A little far off the committee boat this race. They're definitely going for that patch of darker wind pressure on the left side.
Yeah, not a lot of it, but ooh, penalties over on Virtual Intercourse. Ooh, and there's one. I think Vic Farley was false start for Vic Farley, plus a penalty over on Roxy Joni. This is going to be a bad start for Virtual Intercourse on this race. They just picked up 1 loss, and now if green or light pink picks up a loss in this race, then we'll be moving on to the finals because that team will be eliminated.
Pretty close call.
Pepito coming back, controlling the fleet. Music is building up the suspense, helping us build up that suspense. And he is helping Roxy Joni come back up. Where is Farley right now? That was Farley right here. Roxy Joni's over on the right side. Farley is currently in the middle of the course. And do not mind this pink boat down here. David C., he's just a spectator. But right now it's Pepito who just picked up a penalty. I think the Paparo team is going to start getting aggressive. They really want to defend their win right now. They know they've got an elimination point. They cannot afford to lose this race. And they're going to do everything they can to see Virtual Intercourse lose this race. Strategy-wise, it's the only thing they can do.
Ooh, nice dodge there. Pepito trying to inflict a penalty on John. Still, they are neck to neck, attacking and mimicking each other's move to keep their advantage.
Oof. Right now, Juan Cardona attacking right behind Vic Farley. But it's Afonso from Team Portugal who's last. I didn't see this happen. I was so interested in the fight between Spain Green and Virtual Intercourse that I didn't notice Team Portugal left one of their players behind.
Still at the upwind leg, so I want to see I want to see the enthusiasm at the first mark. See some penalties fall down, which could change the whole course of this regatta.
So, Stipe Coach not going to play the barrage. We haven't seen a lot of barrages tonight on this park. I don't know what Team Portugal is going to do to try to help bring their teammate back. Then we've got Spain Green hitting the mark. Juan Cardona. Hey man, if Juan Cardona hits the mark, I don't feel as bad as when I hit the mark. And Virtual Intercourse managing to squeeze in here right ahead of Green and Hot Pink. So this is going to flip it up. Maybe Virtual Intercourse is able to get out of the way and let the fight happen between Spain Green and Portugal.
Also decides not to cover Roxy Joni to go for that right pin of the downwind leg.
Yeah, it's interesting, by the way, because we've got like one mainly Spanish team, one mainly Portuguese team, and then one mainly just team out of nowhere. France, Germany, and the US, but it's not really the US, it's the UK, I'm sorry, Vic Farley's not out of the US, it's the UK. It's a very European team as well, but international.
That's the beauty of sailing and virtual regatta under these COVID pandemic lockdowns and restrictions, is that you can sail with anybody from across the world.
All right, so Afonso managing to pull ahead, putting a penalty over on Roxy Joni. Pepito managing now to come back, maybe help his teammate slow down the Portuguese boat. But we know Afonso and Martin are very good eSailors. They know their boats, especially their J70s, perfectly well. The Portuguese community on Virtual Regatta is very heavily, I would say, biased towards the J70. They're known for being good with this boat. Over here, there's a little fight going on between Vic Farley and Afonso. See if we can see any more action on this side. Will Afonso be able to attack, or will Vic Farley be pushing the Portuguese boat over ley line? Oh, Vic Farley tacking now. Hope he's not going to be able to, not going to put a penalty on his own teammates and not put his teammates in his own wind shadow. It's really strange though. Team Portugal, Stipe Coach and Martin Fernandez have been, okay, here we go. As soon as I say that, Martin Fernandez turns around and goes back to help his teammate. That is exactly what I was expecting to happen.
The sharks are out. I repeat, the sharks are out.
Yeah, if anybody's a shark out on the water, it's Martin Fernandez. You gotta be careful with him. Whether it's normal regatta racing or team racing. Or match racing, by the way. He's got all of those on lock.
Farley manages to pass ahead of Alfonso. Alfonso heading up a bit to see if he can touch the hole, but does not manage. So, well played. Will they stay in this position? Same thing. Alfonso trying to get in the way of Pepito,
Putting it
inflicting
down,
the penalty.
putting it onto Pepito, and now, now I think Roxy Joni is going to be a little bit far to help his teammates out. It's going to be all on Vic Farley to be able to slow down Alfonso. Let's see what happens here.
Team getting pressure there by the Barrow brothers there. Once again, the Spanish team doing great. They are in a very good position, so it's going to be a fight with Virtual Intercourse.
Virtual Intercourse putting a penalty on Team Portugal, Alfonso here. Will it be enough? I wouldn't say that the fat lady has sung. We've got Martin Fernandez putting a barrage up on the second win, on the second mark, upwind mark. Not managing to catch Farley. And now Pepito and Roxy Joni are up against the two Portuguese boats, and it's going to be a bloody Friday. Watch out. These four boats know each other very well.
The starboard tack. Oh,
Yep.
Pepito, you knew he was going to jibe to starboard.
Didn't have fast enough reflexes. Roxy Joni over here, but Farley's come back, started to help his teammates out, and now it's going to become the 3v2.
Pepito getting back in position to cover Alfonso. So, still a very close call. I see Stipe coach. Is he maneuvering? Yeah. Stipe coach.
Do you not follow MMA?
No.
Alright, because people who follow MMA will know that the current heavyweight champion is Stipe Miocic, who's a fantastic fighter and a great firefighter as well. And so it's pronounced Stipe.
Stipe. Gotcha.
Stipe.
I don't know. Yeah, is he just... Yeah, I think he's just luffing his sails, getting on the left-hand side to be in the advantage and to come back.
Yeah, all right. I see him now. I was trying to keep an eye on Farley, and Farley against Martin Fernandez. Got to be careful because the boats are overlapping. Don't want to get that overlapping penalty, but you do want to get the position. Oh, here we go. Martin Fernandez picking up a penalty from Roxy Joni.
Straight away, Pepito turning around and saying, like, I am going to help my mates. We got one. This is our only chance. All right, let's push him to the back. Very quick reaction time.
That was a very risky move on behalf of Farley. Didn't work out for him. Just picked up a penalty and lets Martin Fernandez gain a little bit of speed. Roxy Joni also picking up a penalty on that one. Martin managing to penalize both boats. This is not looking good for Virtual Intercourse.
Yeah, Pepito did not manage to get in the left-hand side. Martin gave him a starboard tack.
Alright, so right now the penalty's gone onto Martin. Will Pink manage to finish right ahead? Oh, that was a good finish.
What?
Yes, that last penalty was enough. That last penalty was enough for Virtual Intercourse to manage to finish ahead of Team Portugal. So Martin Fernandez finishing last. We're still going to stay for a little bit more, or at least one more race in the semifinals before we move into the finals.
Yeah, that was very close. We've been seeing some really close moves right at the end on these last few races. This is some high-level sailing.
Yeah, it's some high-level sailing, but it's been 2 hours already that we've been streaming, and I'm gonna need to take a quick trip to the head.
Of the yeah, go to the head of the boat and
I'm gonna hit
pee
the head,
overboard.
and I'll be right. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. I'm gonna do the same.
Three, two, one, and we're back. Thanks for waiting. We had to take a quick break. It's been a 2-hour stream already, and we're not even into the finals yet. So hold on to your seats. Every team has a loss. Anyone can get eliminated in this last race of the semifinals.
Yep. Last round of the semi, every team with one out. This has been a really intense 2 hours of racing. Stay with us. We got more surprises for you, and the sailors definitely have more up their sleeves. I see a kite going up, for example. Once again,
I see a kite.
thought we were done with
That's Martin Fernandez. I can recognize his sails now. Thank you, Martin, for having a very recognizable sail design. And for staying consistent. Thank you to all the sailors for staying consistent with your sail colors and your sail designs tonight. That it really helps us to be able to follow who's who. So I really want to mention that because it's important in this game to have that. We don't have skins. We just have sail colors and sail designs. So Vic Farley over here on the left side, getting a pretty good start, staying 5th, but his teammate Roxy Joni is last. So 8 is probably, who is this 8 boat? When I'm talking about for not being consistent, Afonso with this German colored 8 boat is joining the team. Or is this their sub? Is this a sub off of the team? I don't think so. I think this is probably Afonso.
Yeah, speaking of which, like the only two players who are wearing their colors proudly are Vic Farley wearing the Virtual Intercourse team tag and TP Martin for Team Portugal. So
All right,
thanks to them too.
You've got C. Paparo, who's got his 541 top on there.
But the team isn't 541 top.
The team, yeah,
the
course,
team did not register under that name.
His team has always been 541 top. And Juan, who's also holding up the LDLN colors right now.
Props to them. Yeah, definitely. Shout out if you have a team of your own. Definitely shout out to the community and let yourself know.
How is Roxy Joni behind Afonso? This is a
because
very
of the wind
strange,
shift. Because of the wind shift coming up.
Because of the wind shift, but I don't see it. I don't see it yet, and especially since Roxy Joni is gonna have the starboard advantage, I don't think the game is being very accurate right now. I do believe that Virtual Intercourse is still second to last, and this is the race. If there's gonna be one race tonight, besides the final, it's gonna be this one where potentially any team could be eliminated right here at the semis, right before going on to get a chance to win the event tonight. So obviously we're going to be very interested to see who wins this one or who loses this one, to be more precise.
Yeah, the stakes are very high for the teams racing right now, for these sailors. And man, I feel like this is a pro event. You know, it's just a pop-off, but it's really
They're pretty much all pros.
Really intense. Yeah, it's true. They are all top eSailers. But it's been intense.
All right, Afonso, who is this 8 boat, is currently last, and 5.7 knots. He's going a little bit faster than the boats that are currently rounding the mark. Will he be able to cross ahead of Farley? I do not think so. He has to tack behind Roxy Joni, or at least he has to pass behind Roxy Joni, who will tack ahead of him. And it doesn't seem to be like there's any boats blocking, but Martin Fernandez has managed to already bring up his kite, and very interesting strategy. Brought down his kite and is now going to bring his kite back up. Unless that's a glitch from the... No, I think that's just his strategy. It managed to put a penalty on C. Paparo.
Very close call there. Virtual Intercourse getting several penalties there from Team Spain 1. Just trying to head off and inflict some penalties from wayward boat. That is 11, I believe.
We've got 3 teams now, and 3 boats that are going to be trying to slow each other down. 1 from Stipe Coach, 1 from Robert Huisman, and 1 from Roxy Joni. As you can see from this angle, these 3 boats are pretty much all at the same spot. Martin Fernandez now picking up a penalty and going to be slowed down. Oh no, that's Afonso. That's Afonso again. Sorry. Martin Fernandez is way ahead over here on the left side.
There's an opportunity here that Team Portugal takes in number 8. Tacks to cover Roxy Joni, which is now in a sandwich in a hamburger. Thanks, Thomas. Props to Thomas. Always a good streamer. Between the Team Portugal boats, and he really doesn't have any way out. Decides to take the left-hand side and let them battle out with Team Green now.
Yeah, unless there's a wind shift, it's going to be hard for him.
Exactly. Juan inflicting a penalty on Alfonso, as we've seen right behind. The teams around the mark. Oh, another penalty on Robert Huisman. All Team Green has got penalties on this mark. They were attacked by sharks in a hamburger.
Sharks. And you know, when you get attacked by sharks in the hamburger, you need to release the Kraken.
Release the Kraken.
As everyone knows, that's the recipe for success.
It's the only way they can get ahead of this race, definitely.
Vic Farley now in 9th position. This is intense. This is going to be the race that's going to decide the two finalists. And each team deserves to go into the finals, but Vic Farley here picking up the penalty off of Cipaparo. And getting completely slowed down, covered by the wind shadow, not helping him out one bit.
It's Kraken time.
You released a Kraken as well. There we go. Drop us some emoticons. I think now that you can, now that we've managed to level up on Twitch, you can currently highlight your messages, and we're gonna try to get the emoticons up. Get your own channel emoticons that you guys can use. But thanks for joining us in any case. And these are the semifinals of the team elimination race for TRL pop-up event that's coming up tonight. Whoever loses this race is eliminated from the event. Very easy to understand. We will be going on into the finals after this race, so stay with us because it's going to get very interesting. Scores will be reset, and we will be seeing the top two teams racing, not only trying to put penalties on one another, but also racing.
Yeah, it's going to be for the win, for the fastest to finish there. I think it's going to be much clearer. There'll be less boats at the starting line and inflicting. What?
Who
I did not get that penalty between
Juan Cardona off of his own teammate or off of
no,
Martin
Martin
Fernandez.
But Juan was starboard tack and Martin was port tack, so I did really not understand that. I'll have to watch the replay.
I believe the rules have been recently updated. All right, so Robert Huisman is starting to block at the first upwind mark, putting penalties on both Virtual Intercourse and Team Portugal, but then Robert Huisman just hit the mark, so he picks up a penalty. Behind him, Juan Ciparejo puts a penalty down on Martin Fernandez. This was crazy mark rounding. I can't tell you everything that's going on right now.
And a barrage by Roxy Johnny at the second mark. And Pepito, yep, Team Virtual Intercourse is definitely... Ooh, penalty onto Robert Huisman, penalty onto Martin, penalty onto Ciparejos, and Vic Farley does pretty well, dodges all of that chaos. And yeah, that was pretty good for Virtual Intercourse. They probably got off that trade with the upper hand.
All right, we've got the perfect soundtrack for this final of the semifinals. We're gonna add a little bit more music to get you guys into the feel, into the flow. Here we go, heading towards the finish. Will it be Portugal? Will it be Spain Green? Virtual Intercourse managing a very good grouped position right now, in second. Forcing Stipe Coach to the side. If he wants to help his teammates, he's going to definitely get slowed down by the Virtual Intercourse boats. Currently have the priority over him.
Roxy Johnny making a good call, trying to get away from the other's wind shadow and possibly their aggressiveness. You know, just every man for himself right now. At least for Virtual Intercourse, they can still get out without being in last position.
That's not what it should be, though. Every man for himself is not the right strategy in this type of format.
Oh, for Virtual Intercourse, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should have a good race. I think Virtual Intercourse is right now telling one another, guys, just head for the finish line. Don't worry about the other boats. We should be good. Spain Green and Portugal will have to fight amongst one another. Oh my God, I can't watch. Cipaparo, Martin Fernandez, Juan Cardona. It's coming down to this. These teams performed so well tonight. It's not going to be fair.
It's not over. It's not over. It's not over. It is.
I call it. I think it's Portugal picking up the elimination point. Let's check the leaderboard really quick. But yeah, that is Afonso from Team Portugal picking up the elimination point with Stipe Coach and Martin Fernandez, they will be eliminated from these semifinals. That was fun. That was not what I was expecting.
Great semifinal, great race.
Great semis, great semis.
Well played
as
to
we
Team
head
Portugal,
in.
3rd place.
Oh man, we're heading into a crazy finals right now. So we just need to check if the race committee or if anybody in the chat could make sure that we are going to be setting scores back to 0 and going back to a best of 3 format would be good to know. And we'll try to bring you guys the full finals as soon as they start.
It will be starting at 55 in a couple minutes. So we got some time to pull up.
Just enough time to thank everybody who's been watching with us tonight, who's been lurking on the chat. Not hearing a lot of you guys in the chat.
It's okay. It's okay to lurk. But, yeah,
it's okay to lurk, but it's also okay to say hi. Don't be shy. We don't bite.
You know what? Let's
we just
engage
drool.
people.
We don't bite, but we just drool a lot.
Let's engage people. Let's say, for example, now the people in the chat who, out of the 2 remaining teams, okay, we're getting into the finals of this TRL event. Out of the 2 remaining teams, which I call our Virtual Intercourse and Team Spain 1, also Team Spain 541 Top Sail Coach. Out of these 2 teams, who is betting on? Yeah, who's it gonna be? Place your votes.
Who will it be between Virtual Intercourse and Team Spain Green?
I know who I have my money on, but I'm non-biased and.
You want to be non-biased?
They both have been awesome tonight.
Roxy Joni told us he's been very busy with the race, and we can see that. Roxy Joni, very nice semifinal finish. That was an impressive finish. I think you guys, it was a full win on that last race. So nothing to say on that end. We can understand you're not in the chat, but we can see who's in the chat right now. We have this special admin access over here, and we can see people, dropping in on the chat, saying hello or not saying hello, especially lurking on the chat. We know who you are. We're not going to call you guys out, but I see all your names popping up. So that's why you need to say hi, subscribe to the channel, and let us know who do you think of Virtual Intercourse or Team Spain Green is going to win tonight.
Not gonna lie, if you post, I will note it down, and I'm working on a little something to reward you all in time. So if that's
Arthur's working on a little something to get us going, to get the viewership numbers up.
Well, it's kind of like a follow up to what you got last time on the bot with bets. I'm trying to work on an updated version for that. There's already been 2 people who have won 100 points towards this betting system. So
definitely stay in the chat and let us know you're in the chat, because you can win some viewership points, and nothing's better than worthless internet points. Do it all for worthless internet points just to get the highest score. It's weird. We've got a counterfeit TRL game going on right now. It's not not a counterfeit, but it's a regular TRL. 5 players. I guess it's going to be a 2v2.
It's weekend league, as I was saying earlier.
It's weekend league.
They've just started a race a little bit earlier. Oh no, it's not weekend league. It's the 2v2. It's a 2v2 queue.
It's a 2v2.
We're going to
be waiting for
29.
the finals. Yeah, definitely. Sorry if anybody was not understanding our social media post. There was a lot of format changes to the race that we're watching and bringing you tonight. So originally, I don't know why, but we understood it was a 4v4. and that it was going to be with 8 teams, but turns out 6 teams, 3v3. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about, but we appreciate you guys joining us anyways. Joining us for the finals that will be starting in a couple of minutes. Just waiting for this lobby to open. Meanwhile, I just realized something. It's actually season 4 of the Team Race League has already ended. Not sure I can bring you guys this, but I'm going to try if I can get this going. So you want to know who won season 4 of Team Race League?
Definitely. I haven't followed. I actually haven't played a single game, I think, this season. It's been very good.
All right, so I'm gonna bring my Discord channel over here. I hope I'm not gonna stream anything I didn't want to. If you guys can see this now, Juan Cardona taking it down again, 3rd season in a row. Won season 4 of Team Race League. Afonso now 2nd. He's already come in 1st and 2nd over the last couple of seasons. And Cipaparo making his first entry into the Team Race League ranking, or at least top 3. And hitting a 3rd spot. So
well done. Well done.
Really
Sailors.
well done. Congratulations. It's a full Spanish podium. Very impressive to see as usual.
Look at the top 10. Like it's very Spanish. One Argentine.
Not sure. Yeah, we've only got season 1 and season 2 right now. We haven't got season 3 and season 4 uploaded yet, so we'll try to bring you guys that information as it comes along. Right now, it's the finals.
Moving into the last step of this event.
These are going to be the last 3 races of the event, maybe only 2. Let me just check really quick with the race committee to see what the format and what the rules are going to be. You have any info on that end, Arthur?
I am looking, but I cannot see. Notice race codes. Well, it changed a little bit earlier due to 2 less teams.
All right, I see race committee is starting the race exactly at the time they expected it.
Well, good, I'm joining up.
And yeah, some people trying to realize that it's not easy to play and stream at the same time. It is very hard on your computer, and good luck with that. If you're trying to stream Virtual Regatta at the same time and you have any questions about how to get it to work, drop us a line over on Twitter, on Instagram, or even on Twitch. If you have any questions on how to stream or how to capture Virtual Regatta, we've done it for a long time now. We've been doing it for long enough to figure out a couple of tricks. There are a couple of things to know because Virtual Regatta is a very special game in terms of how it uses your graphic resources.
That is true.
And yeah, if you've got any questions on how you can try to stream or capture Virtual Regatta while you're playing at the same time, don't hesitate to give us a question, drop us a line. Send us the question directly in the chat, and we'll let you know.
Anytime. It'd be awesome. Imagine to have 24/7 live streams on Virtual Regatta, like it happens on, I don't know, Fortnite or Counter-Strike. It's like following players any time of the day. That'd be really cool.
That'd be a lot of content. It'd be definitely fun to watch, but yeah, I can't imagine. I don't think
I'm not
we'd be able to
saying
get.
all would be as good. You definitely favor some channels or some events like others. But as the boats head up to the start line, one is still under penalty and gets the worst start. That is Farley, who decides to tack off. And Pepito misses the start line as well. That's a rough start for Virtual Intercourse, but it's only the first upwind leg.
Yeah, these are the finals of the team elimination race, and it's been a fun event, really well run. So far, so good. We haven't had any disconnects. We haven't had any major bugs going on during the. Oh, we've got a random spectator dropping in. Hey, Carozo, join us over on the channel. You don't need to spectate through the game. And so currently, yeah, green team is losing in this 3v3.
I was thinking about it, but actually he does not impede the race in any way. He hasn't passed the starting line, so he does not even create a wind shadow or anything. He's
nope.
It's just a visual element. But yeah, that bug is quite annoying. Doesn't help to see clear for you viewers out there.
All right, we've got a wind shift that's helping the green team out.
So Johnny decides to cover Si Parejo. Will he tack to mimic? Or will he leave that to Pepito, who's on starboard tack? So yeah, Parejo couldn't really take that call and be aggressive there.
This is team racing at its finest. Just one team up against another. This is how it's meant to be. This is how it's intended to be.
This is how you play it on the server all the time, yeah.
And right now, Virtual Intercourse losing 2 players to 1. It's going to get interesting starting on the first downwind leg. That's when things are going to get really interesting. And it's all up until the very last moment of the race. It's why it's so hard for us to comment this last is out format, because it's really hard to know how it's going to play out in the last moments. Pepito here attacking. Will the wind shift allow him? No, he thinks he's not going to get another wind shift. He tacks again, slowing his team down, and meanwhile, Farley also picks up a penalty.
Farley trying to head up and inflict a penalty to Si Parejo, but unfortunately hit the bow, and that did not help him. Si Parejo now trying to barrage.
Alright, yeah, Si Parejo managing to barrage Pepito.
Nasty little.
And Roxy Joni here is going to try to slow down the first 2 boats while the rest of the team takes care of Si Parejo.
Once again, Pepito hitting the bow. Ouch. I think they're better off getting that heavy wind pressure we see on the left of the mini-map, which is the right-hand side when going downwind. The left of the mini-map is very much darker now. Finally, Farley inflicting a penalty onto Si Parejo. Will they be able to cover him now and force the rest of his team to wait for him and help?
Let's see where the rest of the team is right now. We're watching Big Farley against Si Parejo. Pepito now not necessarily in a position to help his teammates, and Roxy Joni trying to slow down the first 2 boats, positioning himself for this next upwind leg, which is going to be where everything is going to play out.
So, I want to bring your attention to the fight between Farley and Si Parejo.
Yeah.
So right now,
what's going on here?
Parejo is above Farley and giving him the bad wind. To avoid this, Farley has to bear off, has to get away, but always keep the left-hand side so that he may inflict a penalty when tacking back, when jibing back. So it's really about, if you're ahead, bearing off and trying to get away from the shadow, and then tacking starboard once you can. It's important to keep that left-hand side advantage. And once the person behind you starts bearing off, he's going to cover you for longer. And that's why you have to mimic his move and bear off as well. So it's a very It's a
Oh,
very
that
reactive game.
inside was pretty sick, but Farley putting the penalty on Parejo, and Paparo unfortunately slowing down.
We'll probably see.
Now we need to see what green team is going to do to try to help their teammates out.
Penalty again. Farley's doing a good job of controlling his opponent here, and he's gonna stay ahead on this up one leg, and like he's probably gonna attack again, or this time keep the right hand side so that he's an advantage on the start of attack when they cross again, or else he would have just like kept his wind shadow above Ciparejo and done that all along. TRL is very aggressive when you get down to it. Props to Dean Foran, who was a great coach. He's a great top sailor, and he's been giving me some great tips last time.
I can't believe like C Paparo actually trolling the rest of the players in the Discord chat while he's managing to stay ahead in this race. I'm pretty impressed.
Oh no, he's last. He's last.
Ah, you're right. He is last. I'm sorry. I got tricked by the spectator vote.
Yeah, number 5.
But Vic Farley here got a pretty decent advantage over C Parejo. Unfortunately, C Parejo may be a hacker, but he's not a good enough hacker to win this one. You know, you can hack, but will you win? That's the question.
That's actually funny. So I tried looking up what came up when you type on Google Virtual Regatta Inshore. And one of the first things that popped up in the Google suggestions, which is probably what other people have been typing, is VR hacks, VR free green tokens, VR tips. It was really funny to see that people were actually looking for ways to break the game. I mean, as we say in Counter-Strike, just get good.
Just get good. Alright. Right now, C Parejo is 40 meters, 60 meters behind Vic Farley. This does not look good right now for the green team. Will his teammates try something? They need to. They need to be careful because this is going to be a best of 3, and if Virtual Regatta win... Oh! There's been a disconnect. Or... Oh, there's been 2 disconnects.
Farley and Pepito have disconnected, but I'm wondering why.
I cannot tell you right now what's going on. Seems like there's been a double disconnect in the first of 3 final races. While Virtual Regatta was ahead, 2 of their players disconnected, and apparently this would be a loss for VIC. We're going to keep you guys posted on this as soon as we get more information. Right now, these results do not count.
We'll check that. For those who are joining us, yes, you can follow us on Twitch, on Facebook, and on YouTube, whichever you prefer to come join us for this stream. And yeah, shout out in the chat if you like what you see, if you have any suggestions, if you're rooting for your favorite team in these TRL finals.
Or if you're just having a beer and enjoying your Friday with us over here on Inshore Streams. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining us in the finals of the team elimination race, hosted tonight by TRL. Just jumped in on that one.
Trying to catch up with what happened.
Yeah, so what we just noticed was that there was probably a disconnect on the last race. We're not sure right now, so we're trying to figure out what just happened and whether or not it was a win for Spain Green. Alfonso, yeah, it was a very, very close race for you guys in the semifinals. We were sad to see you guys go. It was intense on the end. I think the team aspect could be a little bit more worked on, but you definitely had a very good run in this event.
True. Still, top 3 of podium is a great performance for this evening.
All right, I think the next race is starting up. Now, is this race 2?
Yes, that is race 2, so score is 1-0. 1 out, obviously, for Team Virtual Intercourse, 0 outs for Team Spain, 5-4-1 top sail coach. And we are moving on to game 2.
So if Team Spain Green wins this next round, they have won the event.
That's correct. Since it's the best of 3, that is correct.
All right, so this may be the final countdown. And now I wish I had that little part of the music on. Hold on, how do I get my little sound things? I do believe I have a couple of scripts already loaded up with some music, so I would need to be able to find those commands. There we go.
Stay tuned with us after the final. We will be joined by the race committee for a little chat. So feel free to stay if you have any questions or like a little more info about what TRL is. Yeah, stay tuned. In the way. Yeah.
That's a good way. That's a good command you guys should learn on this channel. If you want to launch that, little music bit, you just need to type ! sail away. I don't think I've put a cooldown on that effect, so we might be getting spammed with some sail aways pretty soon. 30 seconds to the start.
That might explain. So I'm being told by Alfonso, thank you very much for this update, that for the finals, the rules are not last is out anymore, but are normal team racing, the score value. So that explains why they saw on this downwind leg their positions and considered the score done already.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
That makes a ton of sense. Thank you for that update, Alfonso.
Clear race rules, no problem. Yeah, so it's whoever scores, whichever team scores the least amount of points, and you score points depending on your position. So if you finish first, you score 1 point. If you finish second, you score 2 points, and whichever team scores the least amount of points is going to lose that round.
We've covered this in previous streams. If you would like to come back to those, check out our YouTube page. There's a lot of our previous streams which you can watch, previous TRL events and whatnot. So if you're new to this format, check out our other stuff. Nice little cross by Juan Cardano there. Managed to insert himself without taking a penalty and inflicting the penalty on Pepito right there. That was pretty good. Puts Virtual Intercourse in a very sticky situation right here. They are all 3 behind. This is the first upwind leg, so nothing set yet. it's going to be really tricky for them, considering the distance of the wind shadow, to manage to even slow down the Spanish team.
Wait for the first downwind leg. Let's wait for the first downwind leg because that kite shadow on the J70 definitely has a lot of effect.
Like they're already 30 meters before. I'm expressing a doubt. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you have anything to say in the chat, shout us out. But
now as we're watching this second final round of the team elimination race, it looks like Team Spain Green, led by Juan Cardona, but with also Robert Huisman and Cipaparo, will be rounding this dog leg first. And now we really need to see something coming from the Virtual Intercourse team. Oh, it looks like Paparo looking to inflict penalties, managing to inflict a penalty on Farley, managing to put one down on Pepito, unless that was Pepito hitting the mark. He slowed down the opposing team, but he put himself in a very, very tricky situation now because he's going to be alone.
Alright, well, it's score, you know, it's not last is out, so right now he's just making sure that they stay as far behind as they can and not being able to get back up.
Exactly. So if green team scores 1 and 2, that means they've got 3 points. Even if the pink team managed to score 3, 4, and 5, they would have at least that would make at least 12 points. 3 plus 6, 9. That means that green team wins. Looks like right now they're going to try to stick to that strategy of letting Juan Cardona and Robert Huisman go ahead and keep that first and second position.
Once again, what I was explaining earlier about bearing off. Now, you see Ciparejo trying to cover Pepito, which he's succeeding pretty well. He's got better air. And Pepito is being slowed down, but has to bear off to stay away from that wind shadow. Vic Farley coming to help his teammate with the starboard jibe.
Exactly what Afonso is telling us in the chat right now is that they're going to build that gap up between the first 2 boats and the rest of the fleet, trying to keep Roxy Joni away from catching up. Roxy Joni is probably the last chance that Green has of pulling something off here. Let's see if Roxy Joni has a chance. And yeah, by the way, really cool to see that people are watching us also over on YouTube. Starting to stream over there as much as possible. And if you guys watch us over on YouTube or if you watch us over on Facebook, let us know so that we can improve those channels. We do a lot of work on Twitch, but I just saw Roxy Joni turn around, abandon the 2 other lead boats. I think this is it for Virtual Intercourse. They've understood that there's not much they can do.
Roxy Joni coming in. No penalty! No penalty!
It's crazy how there was no penalty on that one. Let's see what just happened. I think we've got a little bit of a glitch here.
Alright, penalty. Well done, Farley. Finally inflicting the penalty onto Ciparejo. Roxy Joni. And don't stay in Pepito's wind shadow. Now touching the bow.
This is just for fun. They're bullying up on Cipaparo because he's been such a bully all through the evening. They will be ganging up on him because they know the race is unfortunately lost. For now, Juan and Robert did the job, leading far ahead. These guys are just having fun right now, sailing for the hell of it. They've already pulled out the barbecue. They've already put out the little speakers. They've managed to pull down the mainsail. They're just cruising along right now. enjoying the beautiful view on Caligari, or is this Porto Cervo? Can't get a good angle right here.
I think Porto Cervo have the best win scores tonight in game.
Yeah, it looks like Porto Cervo. And yeah, everyone's just having fun on the water now because we've come to the end of the race and we've seen a great performance by this green team. SAP1 or SAP2? If I want to get their correct name. Spain, SPA.
SPA, yeah.
SPA1 or SPA green.
I think it's the first one. It's SPA, just SPA.
Definitely.
We're supposed to race in yellow tonight, but since Wave Runners was not able to come and left the color green available, I guess they just jumped on the occasion. Did definitely was a lucky color for them, yeah.
They did very well picking that green color to help them get through the way. Usually green is a unlucky color, so I guess it works the other way around.
Superstition.
Nice. All right. Well, what we're watching right now doesn't really matter anymore. It's Team Spain Green who has won the TRL Team Elimination Race pop-up event for, I think this is the first one of Season 5. Season 5 not having started officially yet. It will start after the eSailing World Championship Finals on November 7th.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we'll get Farley in on the chat soon enough to give us his impressions on this, on the finals and making it all the way to the finals, but unfortunately not getting there. Green team really played it very well, very strongly, and congratulations to them. GG to Juan, Robert, and C. Paparo.
There's some good races. No! Not the penalty on Roxy Joni! No! This is good sportsmanship in sailing. This is sharks playing. It's beautiful.
Alright, let's try to get Farley here because I think he's enjoying himself. He's playing around. Alright.
Very last bit.
They're
Farley going for the friendly fire.
They're just putting on a show.
I'm just curious about who inflicted the most penalties.
I think
race.
I think C. Parejo is trying to finish like not last right now, and he might manage to do that. He forgot this wasn't last as out. He didn't get the memo.
That was a very very
but
original
unfortunately
format.
his starboard jibe penalty attempt didn't work, and we get a beautiful glitch to finish off this evening. Thanks for subscribing, Steen. Good to see you on the channel. Good to have you with us, and that was it. If you just joined us, sorry about that. That's the end of the event.
The finals.
That was the finals. Clean sweep by Team Spain Green, who manages to win in 2 rounds.
Awesome. Now,
Very good race. Very interesting technique. I think we're getting to a better level in fleet last is out racing.
in general, yes, there's been a better understanding of the mechanics. As Alfonso was pointing out earlier, it really comes down to how to say, like covering the gap in between and learning those small techniques, which will help players get better. So knowing the more aggressive moves, which are very common in TRL, which you can see quite often when playing, but maybe not used that much when in fleet races. There may be a bridge to gap there.
But we're getting into, like, at least organization-wise, and I think in terms of strategy and team playing, seeing some very consistent team building going on, especially over off of the Spanish side.
And you accept, I think Farley should be joining us in the Zoom conference.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then I didn't see he had joined us. All right, let's see right now who is going to join us right here. We have a new, it's not here with us yet, but we did have a couple of people join us at the very end of the stream. Unfortunately, it is over, but you can always catch the replay over on the over on our YouTube channel or here on Twitch. Just making sure we can invite everyone into the this end of stream, just to sort of debrief with you guys and give you guys an idea of from an inside perspective what was going on. Hopefully we'll be able to get the race organizer with us here in a couple of seconds. Stats will be placed up, stats and ranking of tonight's events will be placed up on Sale Ranks tomorrow. SaleRanks.com is definitely the place you need to go to follow all of the non-official events going on Virtual Regatta. And this is a completely free service to use. So if you're interested in creating your own league, you can do so. All right, I think we should be joined up very quickly by Farley. How are you doing, guys? Or guy, actually, just one.
Good.
Yeah. Bad. It was a bad one, but oh well. The amount of times we come second now. We come second too many times. Oh.
Second, what's blocking you? Did you already understand what you need to get that extra step?
Our starts every time are bad in the finals for some reason. Well, not every time, but we normally end up putting a lot of pressure on one guy to do a lot of work. So it's so oh well, it's one of those, but it was a good event. It went on for longer than we wanted it to because of the start. We went smoothly after the first 2 or 3 races, but we had a bit of a problem with people joining the race and new to the server and stuff, but
yeah, we saw that in the first few races. I mean, really props and congrats to you, Farley, for organizing this event pretty much by yourself tonight. That's very impressive.
Definitely.
Sure. How do you feel?
No, it's good. Yeah, it was good. I will definitely try and do sale ranks next time though, to help you guys to show it on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I mean it definitely takes a lot of people. It's not a one-man job, so very impressed you were able to pull this off by yourself. But despite you know getting off to a little bit of a rough start, you had a really smooth event that just went down. My question, who were you most afraid of going through, especially the quarter and the semis? Was it Team Portugal or Team Spain Green?
If with the Spanish Alfonso Fernandez Perez and the green team, definitely the green team. But I think when Alfonso couldn't do the last races, I think it was potentially the Portuguese, because I know they have some good players and they know how to play. Whereas I think the green team in the end had Cardona, who was a really good player, but then they also they lost that Alfonso for Robert, so that was a shame for them. But they still played well in the final. So, but yeah, No, we were most scared of. Well, we weren't scared of anyone. But
That's a good one.
the main one was probably Cardona to push us as hard as he could. Ooh.
I think the Spaniards were very, very intense on this evening. We also saw the blue Spanish team was also playing very well. So
Yeah.
Will be interesting to see how far they go in the Nations Cup.
Yeah, for sure. They are good for sure. They in the Nations Cup. I wouldn't be surprised if they tear the field up.
Next up is France. Next up is France,
Well,
and you know they can be a tricky opponent on this game.
They can. That's for sure. But in the seeding, they didn't sail too well. But I don't know if that was tactical. But they didn't sail at their best. So, but I think in that format they are almost unstoppable. The French and the Spanish. I could definitely see them being in the final. But also Roxy Johnny's team, the German that I was with tonight.
So not going to be possible to see both the French and the Spanish in the finals. Unfortunately, it's going to have to come down to the next round, where one of the teams is going to get through. That's the rules of knockout.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
And currently, what are you working on? More Team Race League events, or anything else you want to tell us about that you might be already in the works?
I'm doing quite a lot of fleet racing. I did the Barcelona event recently.
That was fun. Yeah.
Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
loud and
We're losing a little bit of your video, but you're still good.
Okay. I did the Barcelona, which was a prize money event. I did the World Championships. So I've done more fleet racing recently, and then very recently I've been doing a lot of TRL. So I've been playing a lot of games in TRL over the last week, just to get back into it, because I felt like I got into a bit of a fleet race mode. But for sure, I will definitely do some more fleet racing coming up. I know there's some events. The Sail GP event coming up should be quite good. I'm looking forward to that. That's
This
something
weekend.
that I'm going to be
Yeah.
working towards. Yeah.
Reminding everybody, get on the game this weekend and play the Sail GP Invitational.
Yeah,
And,
for sure.
And you'll see Farley there, and you'll probably see a lot of the players that you were watching tonight also on the water. I'm expecting to see Juan Cardona probably in the finals again.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
You don't want to give him too much credit. He's a competitor of yours. We understand.
Well, yeah. Well, no, he's very good. We have some good battles, to be fair. But no, in F50, I'm looking forward to after the World Championships. I put in a fairly decent. That was the series that got me 23rd. The World Championships was in the F50, so. And all the laser guys ended up. Well, I was 11th with my F50 race, and then all the laser guys just walked through the park with their results. But I'll look forward to the F50 event coming up. I think it will be pretty decent. I don't really know. Oh yeah, I don't know the format, but I don't know if there's a final or whether it's just a normal event, which is a minimum amount of races, and then the winner gets the prizes or whatever. But I don't know. We'll have to see, I guess.
It's always a little bit hard to get the updates at the right time and know exactly where, how and where the events are going to be taking place. Usually they announce it, and then we get the info as the event takes place.
Yeah. It should be good though, and I hope you guys enjoyed this.
Definitely. We had a good time. Arthur, you had a good time?
Yeah, definitely a great time. And once again, congrats to all the sailors. Thank you, Farley, for bringing this event and making it possible. Thank you for the sailors who've shown up and showing us these great regattas tonight. All great.
No, really, congratulations on a good job. As from a athletic point of view, as well as from an organizational point of view, And thanks for bringing us on. I also wanted to thank everybody who joined us on the stream. You know, you guys make the channel what it is. So it's definitely fun to have more and more people watching each time. And definitely let us know if you guys have any feedback to give us. You know where to find us. On that, any last words for anybody before we log off for the evening? Or for the day, depending on where you live?
Not from me.
Yeah, sure.
Stay breezy, sailors. Take care.
All right, guys. It was a good one. Enjoyed seeing you, and looking forward to doing this again sometime soon.
Yep.
Yeah, well. Good night, Nick. Man, it's midnight 30 past midnight
No
your
problem.
place.
Tomorrow's the weekend. It was fun doing this. Have a good one, guys.
Yeah.
Great.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
No
That
problem.
ended up being.
We had a
I
good
tried. I was turning them over rapid after the first 2 races, but the first 2 races took something silly like 45 minutes to get the first 2 races done, and I
Yeah.
was like, Jesus. And then the next 6 was done in like half an hour. I was just like firing them out as quick as I possibly could.
Definitely. The races kept on coming, and that was really fun from us, from a watcher standpoint. So that's all I can say. All right, guys. Have a good one, and talk to you soon.
Yeah. Speak to you guys soon.
Have a
Cheers.
good weekend.
All right. Cheers.
See you. Bye bye.
Peaceful.